Hello, everyone. I'm Halley. I am currently in Perth, in Australia, and have been working a little while, about a year or so, on my own business, which is kind of like moved and changed, ebbed and flowed, mostly in the events space, but also, holding space for people predominantly. So doing women's circles and men's circles and other events, like I've done like a networking event and that kind of thing. Just really, basically my mission and my purpose in life, I'm only just discovering now, is to leave this world in a better place than I found it. And down the track, that looks like really having an impact environmentally. But I really believe that we can't really create change in the world or whatever unless we're like healing ourselves first. So at the moment, my like practice and my is to help other people heal and tap into their emotional body a bit more, and just have a really safe space to unpack some of the big hard stuff and know that they're supported in that, and that I'm here. So that goes for after this like call. If you get something out of it and you want to talk to me about it, if you need some support following it, if some stuff comes up that you need help moving through, or any, like if you just need someone to talk to, I'm here. I haven't yet sent the girls all my details and things, so I'll do that in the next. I also, so you'll have all my contact details if you want to reach out. But I'm also, so I've been holding a lot of stuff in person, and I really, really resonate with that. Like I love doing that. Things are shifting quite dramatically at the moment and over the next few months in Australia in terms of live events and where I sit in terms of things and like just restrictions and stuff coming in. So I actually am really feeling the call to moving online. A lot of things, which is really exciting in some ways, because then I have access to everyone that's not just in Perth. So if you guys want to be a part of that journey, I would be more like so excited, but also like I'm so grateful to have this opportunity and to be in this space also. Thank you, ladies. So that's a little bit about me, kind of. I don't know. I've just had a wild journey and a wild year, 2 years. I think we all have. So let's just start. I first almost forgot this. I want to acknowledge that I am on Wajak Buja Noongar. No, that's wrong. Wajak Buja Noongar, which is land of the Noongar people. And this land is not mine, it's stolen land. And I want to acknowledge elders, past, present, and emerging. I think it's really important that we acknowledge the land that we're on. And of course, that's different for all of you. Also, today is tomorrow for us is a full moon and an eclipse, and apparently a really powerful one. So there's a lot of shit going on in the world. I don't know if you guys can energetically feel that or not. I also just started my bleed yesterday, so I'm just like fully in it, just like surrendering to like women's cycles and all of those things. I don't know if you guys are like, your cycle kind of like goes in tune with the moon or not. It's actually really powerful, but also it's hard in this patriarchal society to kind of live within flow of that. So just honoring that. We are definitely going to do some stuff around the full moon a little bit later. And I'll try and keep this like as short as I can because I know you guys are just giving up your time. So thank you for being here. And if you want to just like get comfortable, I'm going to do like run us through a bit of a meditation. You're welcome to turn off your camera if you feel more comfortable with that. Yeah, everyone's muted, I think, which is good. Make sure your back's up straight. You can either cross your legs or place your feet on the ground. You can lie down if that's more comfortable for you. Just get comfy, and we'll just do a bit of a meditation to drop in. Once you're comfortable, just closing down the eyes. Just bring some attention to your breath. How is it flowing in and out of your body this moment? Just meet it with no judgment. It's exactly as it is, just bringing awareness to that. How does the air feel coming into your lungs and expanding your body? How does it feel coming out? You're able to just release. And we're just going to do 3 collective breaths together now. So we're going to do a deep inhale into the belly. We're going to hold at the top. We're going to exhale with a sigh or sound, and you're all on mute. So there's loud release all of the ickiness, all of the stuff that's inside. So go inhale in, hold, exhale with a sigh. Inhale in, hold, exhale with a sigh. One more. Inhale in, hold, exhale with a sigh. I just want you to do a little bit of a body scan. Just bring some awareness into your body. So from the top of your head, just working your way down and just observing what's going on. Is there any tightness in your jaw or in your neck or your back? Is there tightness in your belly? Just working your way down at your own pace, but I also just want you to acknowledge where you're feeling joy or lightness, or expansion, not only the negative things. This is a really powerful exercise just to bring some awareness back into your body. If we're feeling really flighty and in our head, it's really simple just to come back, be present. Just working your way all the way down to your toes. We're going to keep our presence at the bottom of our feet or any surface that's in contact with your body. Feel the weight and the heaviness of your body just grounding into the earth. Your chair or whatever, just imagine you have a connection with the earth, and from here grows roots down deep into the earth. big tree roots just grounding you down. The bottom of your feet or your sit bones. Just feel your deep connection to Mama Earth beneath you. She's holding you. She's supporting you. She always is. I want you to just pause a moment of gratitude for Mama Earth, for all that she provides, all she gives freely, without us often acknowledging or thanking her. Take this opportunity to pause in gratitude. And I also just want you to bring to mind the gratitude you have for the sun in the sky and the moon. So typically, the sun represents the masculine, divine masculine, rising every day to shine brightly, show us light, show us energy, give us energy. And the moon, La Luna, she watches over us in the darkness. She lights up even the darkest night. Especially now at full moon, her power is strong. She moves the tides, water across the earth. That's her power. And therefore, how can she not have an impact on us if we are also made up of water? Just acknowledging her rhythms, her patterns. We are women. We are called to follow her cyclic nature. And so often, so often, we dismiss. Thank you, La Luna, giving us the permission to live within our cyclic nature. May we surrender more to that. I just want you to bring your presence back into your body, knowing now that you're grounded and you're watched over by the moon and the sun. How does that feel? Just noticing in your body. Just acknowledge it. And then finding your breath once more, how it moves in and out of your body, how it gives you life. When you're ready, we're just going to come back to the room. So noticing the sounds and the sights and the feeling of where you are right in this moment. Bringing some movement to your fingers and your toes if that helps you. One last breath in, down. And just opening up your eyes when you're ready. Right. You guys want to turn on your mics and tell me how you're feeling after that? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Maybe remember how you don't have control over everything you said about just being made up of water and food.
You feel a bit more present in your body, calmer or anything like that? Yeah.
I don't know why it always happens to me, but 9 times out of 10 after I meditate, I always sneeze. So strange. It's partly because I'm allergic to the 2 cats that I live with, but I swear I've got really bad hay fever and like I'm allergic to dust and dander and pollen, like literally everything. I literally think it's my body's way where it's just like one last little like boop, we're good.
Yeah.
But it
100%.
happens so often. Once in a while it'll happen in the middle, like when I'm meditating, I get so mad. Like, you ruined my flow.
No, I think it's perfect. Like, it's your body's way of expelling energy, you know? Like, everything, every release is like that. Like, whether we cough or sneeze or, you know, whatever, it's just like energetically cleansing your body.
Yeah,
that's
my
really
body's
funny.
little weird thing. I don't know why. Because I've been trying to meditate almost like every morning. There's just a lot going on where I need it. And yeah, like 9 times out of 10, I'm just like, sneezed again. Like, what the hell? Random.
That I like yawn a lot during meditations, or like, which I think is partly because I'm actually slowing down for like a second and my body's like, oh, you're like tired, Erin. You know? It's always so interesting. I'm always like, you know, thinking that I'm well rested, and then I do a meditation and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I could be much, you know, relaxed and chill. So it's, yeah, that was beautiful.
I think I was doing like, I've tried a whole bunch of different meditation apps, and there was one in particular I was doing. I think it's called Smiling Mind. And they talked about in that, so it's like a guided one. I don't really resonate with it, but like you might, and some people recommended it to me. But it talked about this process of like whatever comes up for you, like whether you fall asleep during meditation or whatever, that's literally a sign of your body like entering deep relaxation state. So yeah, I think even if you feel well rested, like, you know, sometimes we need to access that deep relaxation state. Meeting it with no judgment. It just is what it is. Yeah. Beautiful. Well, I talk a little bit about like full moon things, and maybe we'll do some journaling around that. So, to me, I'm very deeply connected to the moon, and that's only kind of happened in the last 12 months or so that I've acknowledged that, like, how beautiful is she? Just looking out and seeing a full moon is just like absolute magic. And yeah, so I kind of have learned a little bit about the cycles and what they kind of represent. So to me, new moon is about clearing your energy and intention setting for the month ahead. So like really potent time to kind of set where you want to be going and getting real clarity around that. Then the full moon is often connected to like releasing. So releasing limiting beliefs, releasing what's no longer serving you, moving into like just allowing yourself the freedom and the space to step into what you have set, intentions you've set that month or that year or whatever. So if you guys pull out your journal or your piece of paper or whatever, let's have a little journal about like some things that are holding you back right now? Like, what in your life? Maybe it's a habit, maybe it's a belief, maybe it's a person. What's holding you back from stepping into your your truth, actually, just simply that. So whether that's work, maybe if we break it up, actually, let's do like something in your work life, whatever your work life looks like, something that's holding you back in that space. Your relationships, whether that's family, intimate relationships, friends, what's a person or an action or a behavior that's holding you back in that space. And then like health and well-being. So first work, relationships, and then your health and well-being. Just even if you don't have an answer of something that's holding you back in that space, just maybe have a think about it, have a little journal. I sometimes find that like just writing whatever nonsense comes to your mind helps the flow. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to just do that. Add music onto these things. You update,
You
guys.
can try it. I think you can probably play like a Spotify or something, and we might be able to hear it.
I think it sounds pretty crap if you do that. So I'll just, you guys can put your own music on in the background if you want, or listen to the sound of my voice. Maybe I could serenade you. No, I'm joking. Sometimes the quiet is nice too. How often do we actually have silence? Things.
I actually haven't journaled in like 3 days, so I'm happy that there's a journal aspect because I get into the flow, and then when I fall off of said flow, it takes me a bit to get back into it. Or like something traumatic needs to happen and I need to write about it so I don't annoy the hell out of my poor housemates.
Yeah. I think these spaces and talking to other people, especially women, like it's a good reminder of the things that make us feel good. And I do want to talk about that. So we'll talk about that next. But yeah, like we get so caught up in our lives that maybe we forget that meditating every day is actually really important to us. Or, like I've got my own rituals and practices, and I'm sure you guys do too, of the things that make you feel good. But sometimes we forget, and that's okay. Try not to judge yourself for doing that and going down that path because it happens to everyone. But then these little moments that we can take are good reminders of those things. How are you guys going with these limiting or blockages stopping you from living in your truth? And also, like, I guess we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, or trying to find things that we like, our purpose or our passion or our like whatever, It doesn't have to be pressure. We just have to be living a little bit in our truth every single day, whether that's having alone time, or whether that's doing our practices that make us feel good, or whether that's doing something that we love or gives us joy. That's all we have to do. It have to be some monumental, big, scary thing. And I'm saying this because that is my life. Like I always fall into this trap of feeling like I need to be doing my thing. And right now I don't know what that thing looks like. And so just, these small daily practices or opportunities that come your way that might be disguised as something else, like this opportunity came to me when I thought I was letting go of facilitating a lot of the time, and I've moved into a different space, but this opportunity comes up and like reminds me that this is the thing that I want to do more of. I'm going to make space for that in my life. Yeah. So have you guys got something to release around work? Yeah. And relationships and health and well-being? Yeah. Amazing. So with that, I want you to find some time and some space alone, within like frame of the full moon. So over the next few days, I want you to have some pieces of paper with those things written on it, and I want you to have a bowl with some water in it and a lighter and light that piece of paper up and just release it. Like I want you to physically burn that shit and let it go out of your lives. And like really like do whatever ritual you need around it. So I would probably like cleanse the space with some smudge stick or Palo Santo, and then light some incense or have a candle. Just create a really sacred space and just like burn it. Just release it. Maybe envisage like what that feels like. Envisage what it feels like to release that. And if you need support in that as well, like I'm here. If you want to call me and you want me to like talk you through it or help you visualize it through a meditation, whatever it is, like I'm happy to do that. But this is a really, really powerful practice, especially if you do it under the full moon, like with her light shining on you. Incredible, and it feels amazing. And then tell me about it. So write in the chat, one of the chat groups, I don't know, whatever what, how that process felt for you. And maybe we'll check in like a couple of weeks and we'll see what that feels like and whether it's created a shift. And if not, like some of these things are pretty deep seated and deeply, ingrained in us, and it might take a few times for you to actually properly release that. Do it through ceremony or whatever. Like, you guys have your own practices. If you don't quite know what they are, so here to support you. But yes. So that's your homework for after this call, is going and doing a bit of a like release, letting those things go. Now I want to like shift a little bit and let's talk about joy. And what does joy look like to you? So there's a couple of things that I do in my life that I try and bring some more joy into my life. So I don't know how much, like I have a a history or a story with like depression, particularly, and anxiety. And I'm sure like most of us honestly do and have experienced what that feels like at some point in our lives. For me, it's been quite a long journey and I've gone in and out of therapy and like tried all these different things and whatever. But my daily practices, so I've next week actually I've been going in the ocean every day for a year, minus like maybe 10 days in that time. But that's a practice that I don't know how I would have got through the last year without it. Try and meditate relatively regularly. What else do I do? I occupy community spaces, but I'm also learning how important my own space and my own being alone and feeling what like loneliness and aloneness feels like, which I've just been resistant to for so long. I also have like a list of joy, things that give me joy. I've got it stuck on my mirror at the moment. I find that that's just, yeah, it's such a good way. So when you feel like shit, you've got just something to refer back to that you know. And I'm not saying like being in that state, so being in a state of depression or sadness or whatever, like that is so natural. And I'm coming to peace with being in it and knowing that I can get out the other side and it's going to end. But it feels pretty shit when you're in it. And if there's some things that you can bring into your life that reminds you that there is another side and there is joy, like you got to take it, you know? So you just like have a little bit of a think, take some breaths, close your eyes if you need to, and just think about a couple of examples of things that actually give you joy. Like when do you experience that lightheartedness or excitement or whatever joy feels like to you? When can you think of that happens and just write a few things down? Start your little list of joy that you can stick up on your wall or on your fridge or wherever to remind you that there's some amazing things in this world. And they don't have to be big. Mine's like cat, dogs. That gives me just like endless amounts of joy, or like whatever, What are some things that give you joy?
I had petting animals on mine also. Animals so much.
There's just something else. It just like hits different, doesn't it?
Totally.
I really wish that I wasn't allergic to these cats because I'd pet them and cuddle them so much more than I do. I still do most days anyways, but
I don't know how I couldn't do what you're doing. I'm allergic to cats too, and I'm just like, nope, I hate them now because I don't like how I feel when I'm around them.
yeah. I mean, I just sneeze a lot. I only get hives if they scratch me.
Oh God, yeah. My eyes get all puffy and stuff, and like, ugh.
Yeah, I've got to be like after I pet them and stuff. I generally will wash my hands, and I've got to make sure not to touch my face and stuff. But
Erin,
I just would rather have animals.
Like your sound's not working. Erin, your sound, yeah.
Okay.
So I was gonna say Discord hates Erin. We don't know why.
That's helpful when you guys are like the founders.
Yeah.
It really likes to kick me off around this time, but I think we're safe. Although I say that, but I mean I can get right. It just for whatever reason just kicks me off. Sometimes I'll stay longer, sometimes not. I just have to re-enter. It's not a huge deal, but
okay.
Yeah, no, I was trying to say earlier when Discord was not liking me, about cat being my emotional support animal, and it's funny because I grew up with a cat. He died when I was pretty young, and so I had dogs ever since, and I always thought like, oh, I'm definitely more of a dog person than a cat person. But sorry, my dog's also sitting here. I'm like closing her ears, but I love both of them much. But I went on a trip to Ireland last week, and the whole time I was just like, I need to cuddle with my cat. Like I miss her so much. There's just like cats just like hit different. I don't know. Like I love dogs. I love my puppy, but cats are just like they're just like precious souls. And I feel so bad for you guys that you guys have allergies to them. I don't know what I would do if I had a cat allergy.
I just think that cats are way too like cunning and plotting too. That I'm not about them.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
happy,
Oh, no,
joyous
that's
I
true.
have
dog.
almost innocent cat.
Yeah.
Some of them are pure-hearted. I live in North Carolina right now, but my cat is in Hawaii living with my sister, and I miss her so much. Like you can feel the difference being away, and I've had her for like 12 years, so I have like a lot of cat mom guilt.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
When I moved to Australia and I had to leave my baby Rambo behind, I got him tattooed on my fucking arm so I could bring him with me.
That is true love.
Rambo.
Oh my
Cute.
goodness.
And it's my old housemate that has him. And sometimes she'll like send me pictures of him and she'll always caption it like, "Hi mama, I miss you. Hope you're having fun in
Aw.
Australia." And I cry every time. Erin's about to cry.
Oh,
No,
it's so
it's
great.
You go.
I'm crying today.
Yeah. If I could bring anything from Canada, it would be my cat.
Mm.
Screw everyone else. I love my sisters, but like whatever. I'd bring my cat over, no doubt.
Also another thing that Discord needs to add is like what are they called? Breakout rooms, like Zoom has. You can go and just chat like one-on-one. There's the feedback box, Discord. Because then you can, yeah, like it's really nice to do one-on-ones. But I suppose you can there kind of is that with like
Yeah, so if you go into there's a
chat
way to do
room,
like
eh?
personal chats. Yeah, so like right now I've got a messaging thing open with Michelle where it's just her and I messaging back and forth, like not in any of our chat rooms. So you can personal message anyone that's in the Discord group, and then you can do calls, like video calls or voice calls, or just message in there as well.
Cool. So I'm like conscious of time, but so now you've got two tasks to do. Firstly, go and burn some shit. A little bowl of water that you can have is like really fun. Once you light the paper on water, it looks like it's just let it go in there to keep, fire safety and stuff, especially in Australia. We're not allowed to have fires right now. And then it burns still while it's in the water, and it's crazy. But yeah, do that practice. And then we've got a little list of joy which you can expand on, like even if you just have a random thought like out in the middle of the shopping center or whatever, just like add it to a notes page on your phone and pop it, like, or even if you do that, if that's where you want to keep it, so it doesn't have to be on paper somewhere, something to refer to when you feel a little bit crap or like you just want some more joy in your life, you can just refer back to that. And it can be like anything. It could be like windsurfing or like sitting in a puddle of water. Or I don't know. And nothing, like no one else is going to see it. So there's no judgment from anyone else. Actually, I don't usually do this, but is there anything that you guys want to like talk about or anything that's come up today we can like dive a little bit deeper into while we've got a few more minutes before we kind of close everything? Have you found these processes?
I just wanted to say that today I got rid of like 6 bags of like old clothes that I wasn't wearing because I'm getting ready to move, like literally 6 trash bags full. And so it's like perfect timing, like let go of all the material things and all of the like crazy things that are holding me back. And I'm excited to like that fire for sure.
How good is like culling your space? It's my favorite thing to do. I love getting rid of stuff.
The best.
I don't know why, but it feels
I'm
so good.
going through this process of like, I need to do that, and I'm really scared to do it.
Yeah,
I don't know, there's something blocking me. Yeah.
Once you start, I watched this really interesting YouTube video once about how we associate emotions with certain things, because I used to not be able to get rid of anything. I had to like therapize myself through a YouTube video to like start getting rid of stuff. And once you start, I feel like you don't want to stop. It's amazing.
It's like kind of what to do with like the mess, because you know how it always goes from like it's messy-ish, and then it goes really bad before it gets better. And like I'm scared of this stage of like the mess over here is already pretty bad. So, but yeah, it's a good time actually. I will do that today. That's my promise myself.
I was watching Marie Kondo videos while I was doing it, and she's like, "Does it spark joy?"
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I love her. I actually did that when I moved over to Perth, when I had gotten into the flow and I was like, all right, I'm ready to start dating again. I've moved back to WA. I'm settled. I've got the van. I live with 2 of my best mates. I'm in this clear headspace. I'm ready to kind of see if my partner's out there. And I don't know where. I want to say it was TikTok. A bit embarrassing. But it was this girl like diving into, like you had just said, like things hold emotions. And I think she's like, I don't know, like a dating something or other. I don't follow her. It just like was scrolling down and it just like happened to be there, saying that if you've just taken this big break off of dating basically and you're kind of ready to go back into the dating realm, it's really good to go through anything that you've been given by a past partner or their families or whatever it is, and either rehome it, repurpose it, or get rid of it. So I went through and I had these 2 little bracelets from Bali that I got with my ex. And then I had another bracelet like from this guy that I had dated, and his mom bought it for me. And it was just like this cute little bracelet, just had a charm that said Chelsea on it. And I was like not even subconsciously thinking, but then after I saw this video, I looked at them and I was like, oh, like I kind of don't wear those bracelets anymore because it reminds me of that trip that I went, and it reminds me of him and how that ended. And I was like, oh, that's kind of true. I didn't even like subconsciously think about it. So I literally went through my stuff and I did exactly what she said. These 2 bracelets from Bali, one of my housemates, Kane, loved them and had commented on them before. So I went up to him and was like, do you want these? He's like, why? Do you want them? Either that or they're going to go to the thrift store. And he was like, yeah, of course I do. He wears one of them on his wrist, and the other one he's got like in this little, on this candle display thing in his little like hangout room. And the other ones, I just donated them. And it's just like, that felt good. Yeah. Now there's nothing in my house where I look at it and it like reminds me of an old relationship, which is, I like it. It was good.
You know what's crazy about that is you're almost like transmuting the energy too, or like the emotion, because instead of like just like throwing it in the trash, you're literally like giving it new life. And then that person, like, it's not like that person that you gave it to is like thinking, oh, this is like Chelsea's like bracelet from her boy. They're literally like, oh my God, like Chelsea gave it to me, like a really good friend or whatever, like an old
and it probably
anything
it would shift the way you see it too, because you would see it like hanging up or like on his wrist, and you're like, now you don't think about that it's from you think about the action that you took, and you shifted its energy by giving it to him. And like, that's amazing. Yeah, we should all do a bit of that.
Highly recommend. It was good.
All right, well, let's do like another little meditation just to get us out and ready for the day, world, wherever, whatever we're doing. And thank you so much all for making some time to be here. I know it's like I usually run my things over a bit of a longer time so we could dive a little bit deeper into things, but I think this has been perfect. Just touching on some stuff, and you can go and like do some of your own work, whatever resonates with you outside of this. And as I said, like I'm always here. If you want to do something one-on-one or have a chat or whatever. Yeah, I also want to start expanding some stuff online. So if you're interested in working with me like in the future, that option might be available. I haven't started working on it yet, but thinking NFT space, y'all. I'm gonna like drop into that. Maybe. We'll see. But very like community based, not like, you know, some of the shit that's on there right now. If you guys know anything about the NFT space, it's
Yeah, craziness going on.
crazy. Yeah. All right. So if you guys want to get comfortable again, we'll just do a little bit of a meditation. So uncross your legs if you've got them on the floor, or if you're sitting cross-legged, that's fine too. Just a straight back. Lying down if that feels comfortable, and just finding your breath. I'd like you to just notice how you feel after having shared this space within your day. Does anything feel different? Can you bring to mind something in your day or your life or yourself that fills you with gratitude? Allow that to come to mind and sink into your being. Allow the feeling of gratitude to fill you up and expand from your heart space all the way to your fingers, your toes. Use your breath if that helps you. Breathing in light and energy and gratitude. Breathing out and using that to push it throughout your body. How does that feel? If it feels good, is it something that you can bring into your life more? This practice of gratitude. I'm reading one of Brené Brown's books at the moment. She talks about the link between gratitude and joy, and that you can't have one without the other. Through the practice of gratitude, we are living more in the present and we invite more joy into our life and into our being because we're grateful for everything that we have around us. And we are so lucky. So lucky to be on this earth. So lucky to be on this earth right now through this crazy time. So lucky to be here sharing this space. These other beautiful women. So lucky to be us. with all our flaws, our beauty, and our radiance. We are perfect exactly as we are. We are enough. You are enough. Feeling some gratitude for your body, how it functions, how it does things for you every single day to make sure you are alive and thriving without you even asking it to. Bring to mind now someone you are grateful for. It might be someone that you love. It might be someone that you've met in passing or that you know of. And send them love and joy and gratitude. Thank you. And just releasing that idea, coming back to your breath. And just as a last practice, we're going to envisage a bright light coming from above us. So bright it blinds us, and you can feel the warmth of the light flowing over you, creating a bubble around you of light and beautiful energy. It comes from above. Whatever you believe in or don't believe in, this light is shining divinely down on you and keeping your energy safe. So call all of your energy back. You are bathed in this bright white light, encased. Keeps your energy pure and sacred and safe. So that now that you've opened up your heart and your mind and your soul, and you go out of this space into the world, you can protect yourself and your energy. Just let that go. Come back to your body. Feel the weight of yourself on the floor or the chair beneath you. Feel your clothes on your skin. If there's any smells or any sounds around you, bring yourself back to the present moment, into your body. Bring some movement to your body if that feels good for you. One last breath in and out. And when you're ready, just opening up your eyes. So that practice of like the light beam, I just started recently using it, and I found it so helpful when you're going out into like a space with a lot of people or chaotic energy. You can remember to do that. It like helps so much. Keep your energy sovereign and sacred. So it's a good one to like remember if at any time you need. Thank you so much for being here. I've loved sharing this space with you. Very, very grateful. You guys want to say anything, or we can just continue on with our day?
Thank you so much. I feel so much better than when we started. Crazy. I didn't even know I needed it.
You are so welcome.
Second.
Yeah, good way to start the day.
Mm.
Good way to end it.
For us at
too.
least. Or end the day for those.
Yeah. Just make sure
Yeah.
you drink lots of water. Like we've moved through a bit, so just cleansing that. And I hope you guys have an amazing sleep. Try not to go on your screens or anything too much after this if you want to go to bed and have a really nice rest. Yeah, I hope you sleep well. These things usually kind of do allow that.
I need to go stare at screens all day. For things.
I know. Oh, well, thank you so much. And I will be, in the community. Reach out if you need anything at all. Thank you so much, ladies, for having
I'm
me.
also going to be adding you to the director.
I'll send that.
Yes, thank you. So if anyone needs to find you, they'll be able to get all your details in the directory as well. Super easy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.